Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. This is a new channel and I really appreciate all of my subscribers, every last one of you on this channel. I'll be teaching you how to use user-friendly tools to build custom AI solutions to grow your business or personal brand. And today I'm going to show you how to quickly and easily create a custom AI solution using my new tool, the GPT Pro Builder, and an awesome landing page site called Card to monetize or use your GPT as the best lead magnet ever. We'll only be using three tools today, and I'll include all of the links in the description. The three tools we'll be using are Card, which is what you see here in front of you. This is the actual landing page that I built for the GPT Pro Builder. We'll also, of course, be using the GPT Pro Builder itself. And finally, we'll be using a new tool that I found out about through the amazing Hendo called Chipp. All of these tools are free and easy to use. I really do my best to find the best tools that are user friendly and free or have a great trial. And today we're going to cover everything from choosing your template to adding your actual GPT, your custom GPT, and adding your Stripe button if you want to monetize. I'm going to show you how to collect emails and just overall ensure that you have complete control over your data. And that's why we're using the tools that we're using today. You do not need Chat GPT Pro for this. So let's go ahead and get started. Before we dive into the actual tutorial where we will build a landing page in Card together, I want to first give you a quick tour of the landing page that I built this weekend as an example of what we're going to build today. And this is for my GPT, the GPT Pro Builder. So as you can see, this is the landing page. It's super clean. I used a template. There are tons of templates that you can use in Card. You can easily upload a video or embed a YouTube video. This is where I have the button that actually takes you to the GPT Pro Builder, which is really nice. And when you click on it, the user has to input their actual email address. But the first time the user clicks on that button, they will have to put in their email address and choose a password. And the good thing about that, not only do you then have that data, you'll have access to their chat history, and they will also have access to their chat history, as you can see up here. They'll be able to share their chat, start a new chat, and this is something you can't do without having that email collection option there. Okay, so now we're back on the actual landing page, and you can see this button is going to be really important. That's what's actually going to take them to the landing page, or sorry, to the custom GPT that you're able to build. Okay, now we are back to the landing page. And so I'll just continue the tour here so that you can see what else is possible. You can give more information about your product. I will be putting a form here for people to actually apply because we're offering to build free apps for people. You can have different pricing options here, which is really nice. I use productized services. So these are the same services for every person. Here, they can sign in for free. Again, it will collect the email address unless they've already signed in. Here, this goes directly to a Stripe payment option, which you can do very easily by setting up a product link in Stripe. And then this button takes the user to a Calendly link where they can set up a free 15-minute call with me. I do recommend putting something personal here, like your PFP, so that people recognize that you are the creator. People like that, and it's great for your personal brand. And then, of course, you can add your different social buttons here as well. Shown you the landing page. Let's talk about Card, which is what we'll be using. So Card offers a variety of templates that you can customize, which is really amazing. And what we'll do here, I'm already signed in, but you'll want to select choose a starting point once you sign in. It is free to use. I believe you can build up to 3 websites for free. To get started, we'll simply want to choose a template that fits our needs. So I'm going to select this one. The nice thing about this is that you can select demo, so it won't actually create the website for you, but you'll be able to see the full website. Pick a website that matches your brand, matches the logo for your custom GPT. it'll make it easier for you when you actually go to create the website. You won't have to make too many changes, but there are tons of beautiful websites here. So I'm going to go ahead and select this one. Okay, now let's start building. First, just so you know, you can completely customize this template. You can edit text by clicking on the text, and the editor will show up on the left, and it is in Markdown editing, which is great. If you have not learned that yet, please do. It will help a lot with building websites and doing a lot more with note-taking and other things. You can also, of course, change images. So this is where I would click to upload the actual logo. So let me just find this here in my files really quickly. And this is something I would recommend using ChatGPT for, of course, to go and create your logo if you don't have one. So I built this logo very easily using ChatGPT. And you can come in here, you can add buttons. So any of these buttons can be changed. Any of the elements that you want to change, you'll just click on it. You can even drag it, move it around, makes it super easy. Also, before we go into the buttons, I just want to encourage you to click buttons, right? When I first learned how to use these tools, I'm clicking and trying to move things around and seeing what happens if I do this or that. You can click this plus sign here to add any specific element that you want to add, which is really nice. But for now, we will come in here. And the next thing I want to show you is how to actually replace this button with the button for your custom GPT, because this is going to be really, really important. So you want to click on the button here or any button in your template. Make sure that your template has an actual button. And we can change the label for it. Maybe you can say something like try for free or sign in. You can even change the actual icon here. But for now, I'm just going to keep it. I don't mind that. And then what we will do is actually grab our custom GPT link, which in the next video, I will show you how to actually use the GPT Pro Builder to create your custom GPT and then add the link here. Okay, so in order to actually complete our first landing page, let's go ahead and create our actual GPT. So I'm going to come down here again, and I'm going to click the Start Building button. Okay, so now that I've given you an overview of the landing page and card, let's actually build our custom AI solution using the GPT Pro Builder. In a moment, I'm going to show you how to take what you build in here and then use the next tool, which is Chipp, to actually build it. But first, let's use the GPT Pro Builder to build your custom AI solution business. So let's start with clicking this button. And what it's going to do here, and this is after different rounds of testing and figuring out where people were stopping in the chat process, because I'm using Chipp, as I'm going to show you a little bit later, I do have access to the chat history. And this is really useful for training purposes because I can go into the abandoning the chat. And one thing I noticed is that I was giving too many options. So you'll notice if you have used this tool before, there are less options. But we'll go ahead and get started. And this is designed to help you create a business. So make sure that you go all the way to the end because you'll be able to build your business plan for the custom GPT that you create in addition to your marketing plan. But let's go ahead and start with the industry that fits our specific niche, skill set, or just an industry that you're interested in tapping into. So I will go ahead and put in the number 10. By the way, there are 10 here, so you can just put the number. You don't have to type it or copy and paste it. You can move through this kind of quickly. So the next thing that's going to happen, instead of you getting 10 different pain points, you're going to get 5. 10 was too many. But what it's going to do is it's going to give you pain points specific to the industry that you chose. And from here, you're just choosing based on the number you like to focus on. I'm going to go ahead and say number 1. That's really powerful, managing and personalizing customer experiences. And now what's going to happen is I'm going to get a list again of 5 solutions that would really be great by integrating AI. So these aren't just any solutions, they're solutions that we can use AI for. And this is how we're going to build your custom AI solution, your GPT AI assistant. So there's AI-driven personalized travel recommendations, personalization. So I'm going to go with that first one. These other ones are great. And you can always come back, of course, and choose these other ones. So you don't have to stop at one. You get 100 free credits here. That's 100 GPT Pro solutions you can create a business around. So I'm going to go ahead and put number one here. And now this is the final step before we actually get into building. And it's giving me 5 different GPTs I can choose from. Okay, and it's intended for you to kind of go through quickly, get ideas, create as many of these as makes sense, that makes sense for you. So let's see. I like this second one here, GPT for customized itinerary planning. So I'm going to put the number 2. And then now it's going to give us our custom instructions. And these custom instructions are what we are going to copy and paste into the actual GPT builder in just a moment. And that's what it says here. You can copy this code and use it as a base. So this is just a base. Of course, you're going to want to test this more. You can even modify it right here in the chat. So maybe you want to ask for a couple more examples, or maybe you want to get specific with it. But usually what I do is just copy it straight from here and then build it inside of Chipp. And by the way, if you have ChatGPT Pro, you've already built GPTs, you can of course go in there and copy your custom instructions so that in a moment when I show you how to use Chipp, you're just copy and pasting into a new platform that is totally free to use, allows you to monetize, and allows you to see the data such as email address of your users and their chat history. So it's a really amazing tool. For now, I'm going to go ahead and continue with the GPT. So the next part of this is to actually, so we can turn the GPT into a minimum viable product. So I'm just going to say, please continue. And now I will have the full business plan. And again, because we're signing into this, we do have the chat history here, which is nice because I'm not necessarily going to use this business plan right away, not for this workshop, but I'm of course using it for other things such as building my cold emails, doing my marketing campaigns. And then finally, the last thing that it's going to ask for, and of course, again, you can always come back and edit, ask for more information, but we're just going to move through this because the final thing is your social media marketing plan. Now, I recommend that you choose one platform at a time. You can create a marketing plan for all of the platforms, but it's designed to give you a plan for this specific platform. So I'm just going to type in here, we're going to start with LinkedIn, and this is going to be a marketing plan to help us market our tool. So it already knows about it, it's built it, it's created a business plan for it, and it's using all this information to now build your custom marketing plan. And I'm going to say daily, and then content format, I'll say mixed media content. And so the final part here is that it will give us should be a neatly organized table of our content plan. And again, I can always modify, update this. I can go back through and do it again for Instagram, for X, for whatever platforms where your audience is. Okay, now that we have created our custom GPT, we're going to go ahead and log into Chipp. This is the dashboard here. One of the things I absolutely love about Chipp is that you see right away how many users you have. And this is a lot of users actually for just a couple of days and not really sharing this very much, not really posting it. I've done a couple of posts and I actually got more users than impressions. So I also think it has something to do with the fact that Chipp actually has their own marketplace, which is really cool because this is a platform that allows you to monetize your GPT. So there's a whole marketplace here of people that I know are using my GPT simply because I published it there. And it is totally free to use. I do have email subscription added on here, but that's something that you don't have to do. You can actually embed the chatbot right into your website if you want to. But again, I do like collecting emails, one, because I have access to the data, the chat history, and the user can sign back in and keep their chat history. So when you're ready, I do recommend just clicking the buttons, going around, exploring. They have great blogs, but for now, we're going to click the create button. From the dashboard, we'll just click the create button here, and it will take you to your apps. Again, I believe you get up to 4 apps for free. So we're going to build a new application here. This box is where we instructions. So again, if you already have a GPT in Chat GPT Pro, you can paste it here. This is where we would upload our logo. If you don't have one, this is the logo that it comes with. You can change your accent color to match your brand. And then I'm going to show you how we can actually fill everything else out here just by using our custom instructions, but I'll continue with the tour. Down here is where you're going to select the capabilities that you want your custom GPT to have. You want to toggle on the user sign up if you'd like to collect emails. And then, of course, you can monetize by on a free plan. You can monetize just by connecting your Stripe account, which is amazing, and really low fees there. Of course, you can upload sources. So if you have a knowledge base for your GPT, you can upload that here. And then this is your training window. So this is where you will be able to actually test your GPT. But for now, let's go back to GPT Pro Builder so that we can actually copy and paste our custom instructions right into the Chipp GPT Builder tool. So I'm just going to copy this, come over here, and paste this right in the box. Okay. Now from here, we want to test. Actually, sorry, no, we don't want to test yet. We want to continue filling this out. So I usually just take from the custom instructions the actual title. You can always get creative later, but the point here is to get something finished, an MVP. So I'm just going to put here, travel itinerary planner. I can always update this later. And then for the description, I usually take it straight from the instructions as well. So that's what I'm going to do this time also. I'm just going to paste in the instructions. Now, I usually just like to start with one conversation starter. So I'll say something like, let's a travel itinerary, something like that. You can get more creative, of course, later. So that now it's much easier to just test it, and you can direct your users always to just start with the button. That way you know that the custom instructions are working properly. So now this is where you're starting to test it on your own before you actually share it. So we see here that it's asking one thing I like to do is actually break the questions up. So one thing I might change here in the prompt is to ask these questions one by one. So that would be one example of looking at the actual output. And this is where the prompt engineering comes in. Say, okay, I don't want to ask all of these questions. So I'll come back in here and say, be sure to ask each question one by one so the user doesn't get overwhelmed. Okay. So now I'll come back in here and I can start a new chat to test out these new instructions. Let's see if it works. Okay, no, it's still asking me all questions at a time. So maybe I'll just add in a reminder here. Reminder to okay, so I'll just add in a reminder here, reminder to ask each question one at a time. I want to space this out, I can. I don't know that you actually need to do this. It's just more for my visual comfort. Okay, so let's try this out again. Let's see if this works. in the chat. Okay, great. That worked. So that is one example of engineering the prompt to get a better result. We won't keep going here. I want to show you what to do next to save this and share it. And then the final step here is to the public link and put it back in our landing page. So we'll come over here and click the save button. If you're not ready to share it, of course, you can just select only me, but you won't even be able to see what it looks like. So I at least like to do anyone with a link. That way you can take the link and actually share it, even if it's just with yourself to test it. Of course, if you put public on Chipp, then other people are going to be able to see it. I'm not going to do that because this is a test app that I'll probably be deleting or storing somewhere else. So I'm going to go ahead and put anyone with the link and just click confirm. And now what you want to do is grab the link and open up a new tab so that you can actually test it. Okay, so when I pasted the link, I did get the sign up. So that's how I know that everything is working. Of course, I would want to go through, create a new email address or give it a new email address, which by the way, you can do when you're testing your own stuff is to actually add the +1 before the @ button, or you can do +2, +3. It's going to register it as a new email. So you'll want to go through the process, test your app, make sure everything is looking good. And then when it is, you can grab this link, which will be updated. I noticed that it always starts by saying new application, but it will be updated a little bit later with the actual name of your app. So what we'll do now is come into our landing page and click on the button where you're going to add the link. So if you remember earlier, we came here, we changed the label for it, and now I'm going to paste in my actual link. Okay, done. Now, a lot of this, when I use this template, I deleted a lot of elements. So I recommend you do the same. I find it's easier just to kind of choose by deleting most of it and then adding what I want, but you choose how you want to update and what kind of templates you're going to use. Now, of course, I would change the logo, which you can do by clicking here and editing. If you want to add a video, you can just click plus, click the video button, and you have a couple of options. You can upload a video from YouTube, or you can upload a video from a file, or you can actually embed the video. Just make sure that you're grabbing the right link. So look here, because this is the format for the link that it will need to look like. So if you're doing YouTube, it needs to have watch in it or look like this if it's a short. And then you can just click done. Now, another thing you can know, you can delete sections here or elements, and you can also duplicate. And that is it. Thank you so much for watching this video. That was just the beginning. In the live workshop coming up, I'll be able to walk through a full build with Hendo and anyone else who wants to build with us live. Take any questions that you have. But I look forward to building landing pages and custom AI solutions with you.